Podcast Network Asia.
You are listening to First Metro Securities Philippine Stock Market Weekly podcast, where we feature timely and relevant discussions on the Philippine stock market and the economy in the hope of providing you investing and trading guidance. Here's your host.
Hi investors, this is Anjz from First Metro Securities. If you're looking for trade ideas or wondering which stocks to watch out for, then you're in the right place. Today on Market Bites, I'll walk you through some key points from our latest company update on Ayala Land Inc. We are maintaining our buy call for ALI with target price at 35 pesos, which implies 16.8 times PE on FY25F earnings, below historical mean of 18.4 times. ALI is among our top strategy picks for the remainder of 2025, poised to lead a market rally as investors refocus on the Philippines' resilient growth story. Its inclusion in major indices, such as the MSCI EM Real Estate Index, MSCI PH Standard Index, and PSEI, enhances its visibility and liquidity, making it a go-to name for foreign funds increasing exposure to Philippine equities, and a key proxy for the sector's recovery. Let's go over the main highlights from the 1H25 earnings. First, we saw some slight easing in the premium segment, with total property development reservation sales down 3% year-on-year due to softer take-up in premium projects. Second, the rebound in the core segment is encouraging. Despite no new launches, reservation sales grew 39% quarter-on-quarter and 11% year-on-year, supported by promotional offers such as 30% discounts. Third, launches in the second half is expected to shift from first half's premium-heavy lineup to roughly 2/3 premium and 1/3 core. Fourth, 1/3 of malls under renovation are now operational, delivering sales 4 times higher and rents 2 times higher, exceeding the expected 15 to 20% uplift. Fifth, office occupancy stands at 91%, significantly above the industry average. And sixth, hospitality revenues remained steady, despite hotel room closures for renovations, and would have grown 14% year-on-year, excluding this impact. So, let's talk about some of the critical data points we're keeping an eye on. First, inventory levels. Overall, we're looking at about 23 months of supply right now. That's 21 months if you exclude Lorian residences. The core segment, though, is in a much better spot at 17 months, down from 21 months in the first quarter. Meanwhile, ready for occupancy units are at around 9%. Second, launches for the first half of 2025 are tracking really well. They've already hit about 50% of the full-year target, or roughly 40.5 billion pesos worth. Third, balance sheet strength is improving. Net debt to equity is now at 0.76 times, better than 0.86 times last year. And interest coverage has jumped to 5 times from 3.6 times. That's a solid improvement. And lastly, on the commercial side, the company is targeting launches of around 80,000 square meters for malls and 50,000 for offices. Now, what would make us even more bullish? A few things. One, would like to see stronger execution of premium residential launches with healthy pre-sales. Two, further easing of residential inventory and office vacancies, especially in Metro Manila. And three, a faster than expected renovation of ALI's small portfolio. Of course, there are also risks to watch out for. Prolonged issues from the exit of POGOs, the continued shift to hybrid work, and even the rise of AI could all weigh on demand for residential and office space. There's also the risk that interest rates stay higher for longer, and that the Philippine economy recovers more slowly than expected, which could drag down earnings in cyclical sectors. Again, that's a buy call for ALI at 35 pesos target price. And that's it for today's podcast. Make sure to follow us on our socials for more updates. That's First Metro Securities for our Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, and FirstMetroSec on TikTok. Thanks for tuning in. Hope this has been helpful.
Thanks for listening to First Metro Securities Philippine Stock Market Weekly podcast. Don't forget to follow us to get first dibs on our new episodes. For more up-to-date market news and info, exclusive content, and the opportunity to connect with your fellow Filipino investors and traders, join facebook.com/groups/FirstMetroSec and be part of the First MetroSec family.
FirstMetroSec is providing this podcast as a general market commentary. Reference to any specific security, product, or entity do not constitute as an offer or a solicitation of an offer to buy or sell any financial instruments or to participate in any particular trading strategy. The statements, comments, views, or opinions expressed by the hosts are subject to change without notice, and FirstMetroSec is under no obligation to update, amend, change, or correct any of the statements, comments, views, or opinions expressed. The statements, comments, views, and opinions expressed by the guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the view of FirstMetroSec. FirstMetroSec disclaims any liability arising from reliance on or reference to any information obtained in this podcast.
The views and opinions expressed by the podcast creators, hosts, and guests do not necessarily reflect the official policy and position of Podcast Network Asia, the hosts of the program, or other programs of the network. Any content provided by the people on the podcast are of their own opinion and are not intended to malign any religion, ethnic group, club, organization, company, individual, or anyone or anything.